So I want to bring another metric into this. Customer acquisition cost.
Yeah, it's a great one.
First, tell us how you calculate it, and then how do you factor that into this?
Yeah, so the I call it I like the CPA, the cost per acquisition is the metric I usually use, which is just your spend divided by orders. So how much do you have to spend to acquire that one sale? And kind of like before we were talking about how like to manage your A costs, which is just a spend to sales ratio, we're trying to do that on a cost per click basis or a click by click basis. So trying to get those CPCs lined up with those RPCs, right? Now we're taking it to the order level. So now what we're trying to do is figure out, okay, our cost per order compared to our average order value. So, we're still trying to find that balance there. So this is where if you're trying to figure out how much should I be spending to attain one order, simply put, it's just going to be whatever your average order value is. Now, this is where things get a little weird. You could use just your unit sales price, but we might know that at least on the ad console, you might be averaging 1.5 units per order. So the actual total sales per order will be a little bit higher. But I like to use that average order value rather than trying to dive into the individual units and sales prices and all that, just because it's readily available in the ad console. So, if this ad group or campaign has a $10 AOV, then your target A cost, let's just say, is 30% of that. That would mean your target cost per acquisition is about $3. So you can spend up to $3 before you start, to try to get that order. If a keyword's already spent $3 and doesn't have any orders yet, then that's a very clear sign. Like, let's say a keyword has $4 to spend, no sales, and you have that $10 AOV, and your target A cost is 30%. Your target cost per acquisition is $3. $4 is spending too much. Doesn't mean pause or archive that keyword. It just means the CPCs for those keyword are too high given your average order value and your average conversion rate, because it hasn't converted yet on this keyword for however many clicks it's gotten, no conversions yet. So we know the CPC is too high. We have to calculate that bid or lower that bid to mitigate that. So you want to get the keyword bid to a place where on the day that it converts, if it converts, when it converts, you'll be at the target A cost. There's another way to do that. It gets really technical, but there's another way to still use this whole same revenue per click methodology, you incorporating ad groups and campaign data to calculate bids in these scenarios that I call the high spend non-converting scenario, which is exactly that, where you got a keyword where the spend has exceeded your target cost per acquisition and hasn't gotten a sale yet.